Hey, what's going on? I heard that maybe you were feeling a little bit anxious. Yeah, it happens. It happens to all of us. It's okay. I've been feeling a little bit anxious too. Yeah. And I know that it'll pass, but it can still feel hard in the moment, right? Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Let's just chill out. Let's just take it easy. And I've got some fun, soft sounds. Nothing fancy. Just some nice, soft, relaxing sounds that I'll be messing around with. But yeah, just relax. And, this will pass. And take as long as you need. Yeah. This is a cool little hand towel I got on my last visit to Japan. But really nice patterns and colors and textures going on here. And if you've seen the movie Totoro, you'll probably recognize a few things on here. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite movies and characters. Oop. Nearly dropped it there. Yeah, fabric sounds. Fabric sounds, they can be nice. Actually, speaking of fabric sounds and textures, I I really, really like the texture of this shirt that I happen to be wearing right now. It's really, really soft. Yeah. Very comfortable, very cozy. And it keeps me just warm enough for when I'm inside. But it's just a little too chilly for a t-shirt. All right, let's see. What else do I have here? I've got just this cute little notepad, and it's got a funny little design to it. I'm not even trying anymore. And there's a little dude there that's maybe feeling a little bit like we're feeling right now. And the paper itself sounds really nice. And I like the back of it too. I feel like there's some really, really nice tapping sounds that you can get from the back portion of this. I know for me, sometimes I find it really, really pleasing and relaxing when I see somebody like speaking very softly while they trace, while they lightly trace on something like a card or a notepad or anything really. So maybe I'll play around with that a little bit. Maybe I can trace some shapes here. So we'll start with a circle. Circle. I'll do a few circles. Circle, 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 circle. Big circle, big circle. Little circle, little circle. Little circle, little circle, itty bitty circle, medium circle, big circle, 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 circle. Yeah. Now we can erase all those circles. Make some space for a new shape. Okay. I'll do some triangles. I'm going to trace some triangles. Three sides. There we go. Little circle. Triangle. Little triangle. Big triangle. Medium triangle. Tiny triangle. Big triangle. Triangle, 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 little triangle, big triangle, medium triangle, triangle, oops, triangle, 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 triangle. Okay, I'll erase all that now. Okay, how about a square? A square. Maybe I'll do a little square in each corner. Square, 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 square. And maybe one in the middle, square. Big square. Big square. Little square. 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 Where is the square? The square is there. Square. Where is the square? There. There is the square. 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 And erase. You know, when I was drawing the circles, tracing the circles, this is so random, but it reminded me of a scene in SpongeBob SquarePants where Squidward is teaching an art class, and his student SpongeBob has drawn a perfect circle, and Squidward says, "How did you do that?" And what follows has always been one of my favorite jokes in that whole show. SpongeBob goes, "Well, first I draw this head," and draws like this perfect portrait of a male face. And he goes, "Then I erase some of the larger details. And 1, 2, 3, a circle thingy." I mean, basically, like, he's done the reverse. The reverse process of what Squidward was probably going to walk him through. Anyway. Such a funny moment. You can look up that scene. It's pretty funny. Circle, 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 circle. There we go. Yeah. All right. What else we got? Oh, this? Just some green tea. Yeah. Let's see what else I got. Well, so I've got these scissors. Now, not to worry, I won't, I'm gonna snip with them a little bit, but I won't bring them anywhere near your face, so. This is just real laid back. Just a couple of really, really soft little snips. Just gentle. some gentle snipping sounds. You know, when I look back, for me, when I look back on some of my earliest recollections of experiencing ASMR, along with those really pleasing little tingly sensations. When I really look back and think about some of the earliest experiences, I often think of when I was a little kid and I went to get my hair cut. And I remember feeling this incredibly nice, relaxing feeling when when the hairstylist would speak to me softly, and so what kind of cut are we doing here today? And maybe as they were getting a sense for my hair type and length and preferences, maybe they'd run their fingers through it a bit across the back of my head. I remember that vividly. And to this day, if I'm getting my hair done, the soft conversational voices and the gentle contact that the haircutter's fingers make with my scalp and my neck, and the sound of some of their tools. To this day, it can be really nice. Although never quite as visceral of an experience as when I would get my hair cut as a little kid. And I've been trying to kind of figure out why that is, And I feel like as I'm getting on into my adult years, and I'm not, I don't get quite as nervous around customer service people and strangers as much as I used to. I mean, I still have my social anxiety, but it's different now. When I was a kid, like something as normal as getting your hair cut as a kid can seem really new and surprising and stimulating in a lot of ways. And as a kid, right, the person that's interacting with me, honestly, I think there's something about being a little bit nervous around somebody that can actually be really ASMR inducing. Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, if you think about it this way, right? Like, if, let's say, a close family member were to kind of run their fingers kind of right here, like that, it's going to be less likely to introduce ASMR in a general sense than, like, if it was a stranger or someone you didn't know as well. Maybe a physician checking you up for an exam or something. Yeah. Because like a family member or a close friend, you're somewhat more comfortable with them. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Those little differences. Yeah. All right, we'll take a little break from the scissors. Another sound that I find really calming and pleasurable to listen to is like button sounds or buttons, keys, keyboards, that kind of a thing. And I've actually got a couple of calculators here. I can do some soft, just soft, gentle. Button sounds with the calculator. Now this calculator here is a little bit different than this calculator, because this calculator has, like, this one, you'll notice like the buttons are a little bit bigger, a little bit fatter. And so I feel like the clicking sounds are like ever so slightly like chunkier. Kind of a little bit of a broader sound than these keys. And these keys are just smaller and a bit thinner. So you get just a different sound. sounds like these, soft sounds like these, can be really nice. Calculator, calculator. This is a Texas Instruments branded calculator, and this is an Office Depot branded calculator. This one has a few more like functional sort of operations than this one does. This one looks somewhat more basic. Especially because on this calculator, there's a whole new subset. There's a whole other subset of functions if you just push, that you can access through second alteration. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. It can be kind of fun to get that sound of dragging your fingers across the keys. Yeah. I feel like, especially on this one, especially on this calculator, when you run your fingers across all the keys. Yeah. There we go. Couple of calculators. Just a few calculator sounds. You know what? I'll do a few more little sounds with my bottle of chilled green tea. It's because it is a pretty unique sound. Yeah, it's interesting. A little tip tap sound with like the label. The label is pulled so tight across these ridges of the bottle. It almost acts like a little tiny drum. What else can we do? Those were the main items I was going to play around with. But how are you feeling? Yeah? Maybe a little better? Yeah. You know, anxiety is it's such a normal, natural emotion and experience that we have. You know, and it'll come and go into our lives, and you know, we just have to learn to just acknowledge it and kind of embrace it in a way. Sometimes if we fight or run away from or avoid anxiety too much, it can, you know, just overwhelm us even more. But again, so many people experience it on an ongoing basis, myself included. So it's okay. It is okay. I'm just glad you stopped by. And I could say hi for a moment. And we could both wind down together a little bit. Yeah. So, I wonder if there's any other sounds we could do. Hey, maybe I could try a couple different combinations of some of the sounds. All right? So if we bring back the Totoro cloth towel, yeah, maybe I've got that. Maybe I've got that going in one hand. And maybe the scissors in the other. And I can continue speaking softly. Okay, now we'll switch it up so that the scissors are on the right side and the towel is on the left. You know what? Why don't I just switch hands? That's probably easier. I know, we're such acrobatics, right? It's also been shown and demonstrated a lot that a few repetitions of really intentional breathing can sometimes bring us back from the brink of panic or anxiety. Part of it is like restoring a certain sense of control over our situation. We might not be able to control the particulars of what's happening in front of us, but there are certain aspects of our autonomy that we can remind ourselves of. A breath, a good deep breath is like, hey, I'm still alive. I still have some choice over how I respond to this. Let's try a different combination of items. Maybe we'll do the notepad and the calculator. See how that sounds. Speaking of breathing, I'll go ahead and treat myself to a few deep breaths right now. Well, there you go. Hey, I'm really glad you stopped by. This was nice, honestly. Yeah, let's do it more often. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully you were able to kind of chill out a little bit more. Well, that's always, always nice to see you. And don't ever hesitate to come and say hi again. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll catch you around, and take it easy.